There are multiple ways to nurture your audience or leads into wanting to buy something. And to really make things clear, I will reveal all of the methods to nurture your leads so you can use these for your own clients and make huge sales for them and yourself. So let's get right into the lesson on nurturing leads, guys. So, first of all, we need to talk about what nurturing leads even means in the first place, guys. So I have an explanation prepared for you on the next slides, guys. So let's get right into it, guys. So lead nurturing is the process of guiding potential customers, your leads, from initial interest all the way to making a buying decision. You essentially increase the lead temperature. You kind of hype them up. You're essentially turning cold leads into warm ones and warm leads into hot buyers. That's like the whole kind of process. So the ways to nurture people is only through delivering trust and delivering value. Trust is like through testimonials and value through like education and stuff, like free value kind of. And now we will talk about all the ways to nurture your leads, because there are plenty ways to do so you can turn them into hot buyers, guys. Starting with method number 1, the free lead magnet, guys. And by the way, I have a YouTube video on my channel called something like how to create a lead magnet funnel. So if you want even more like in-depth source on actually creating like a lead magnet funnel or like lead magnet, you can go ahead and check out the video after you've watched this one. But for the moment, bear with me and yeah. This is where you provide a free training of some sort, and this can be a video training, a template, or an ebook. These are like the 3 types of lead magnets. There's also like a YouTube video on the channel. You can go ahead and check it out after you've watched this one. So yeah, normally this one gives value on a specific mechanism that the creator teaches in one of his paid programs. You basically just give them like something, so they have like something to work with, some value, some education, but not enough so that they can go out on their own and do everything themselves. That's not what we want, right? So that's like the lead magnets. And on top of that, after receiving the lead magnet via email, you can nurture them even further by creating a welcome email sequence, guys. That's like the one that gets sent out after someone opts in for a lead magnet. Which brings me to method number 2, email sequences, guys. And again, I have a whole YouTube video dedicated to writing email sequences. The title is something like how to write killer email sequences as a copywriter, I believe. So you can go ahead and check it out. And there are 3 types of email sequences that we want to talk about, guys. The welcome sequence, the retarget or like special offer sequence, and the webinar sequence, guys. But first of all, we left things off with the welcome sequence, so I will explain everything to you regarding the welcome sequence. So the welcome sequence is a sequence, 5 to 8 emails giving value in the form of motivation, education, or inspiration. These are like the 3 types of value you can kind of provide to someone. And yeah, mostly like education is the most efficient one. So yeah, most emails will probably be just like a value email kind of in the form of education. And on top of that, it often contains trust emails in the form of testimonials, for example, just so you nurture the audience even further, So you don't just give value, you also build trust. Very important. And the retarget sequence, getting to the next sequence, is around 5 emails pitching a special offer, but also, of course, giving value, building trust, and motivating people to take action, So that's like the whole retarget sequence. And the webinar sequence also gives value and builds hype before the webinar, so the show rate increases, These are like the 3 purposes of the 3 types of email sequences. And now you understand these are like all the ways to nurture your audience into taking action on a specific thing, whatever you desire, right? So that's it for all of the email sequences. Now we will get to method number 3, webinars, guys. One of my absolute favorite ones. And again, there's a video on this. It's called something like I use this money formula to make 10K a month as a copywriter. You can go ahead and check the video out after you've watched this one, guys. So this is where you provide a 60 to 90 minute webinar to the audience, allowing you to capture their contact info, turning those viewers into leads. So yeah. You provide value in the form of education or like the creator you work with, and you show testimonials to build trust. And ultimately, you pitch a special offer at the end of the webinar, which will drive a surge of sales. That's like a whole big webinar launch to actually increase the lead temperature and like convert the people that are still sitting on the fence. You know, that's like very important to understand. Webinars are mostly for people that are not kind of hot buyers yet. They are just like cold leads or maybe warm leads. So yeah. So to summarize things for now, guys, lead magnets are ways to nurture your leads. Email sequences are a way to nurture leads, but also webinars, meaning like 60 to 90 minute value-packed presentations. These are like 3 ways to nurture your audience. But now we will get to method number 4, setters. Also like a very interesting one. This is where after someone opted in for the lead magnet and watched it, a setter will call the lead. By the way, this is only for high-ticket programs because otherwise the sales page will do the selling, not like the setter, you know, appointment setter, by the way. Asking questions on his current situation and talking about his dream situation and so on and so forth, you know. And ultimately qualifying the prospect by determining if he is a good fit for the mentorship or not, you know. Mentorship because it's only like for high-ticket, it's not for like low-ticket courses and stuff. And this is also a way of nurturing because you build trust with the lead through listening to him and guiding him, you know. So it's kind of value you provide to him, and you can also give them like some advice as the setter, which is not you, by the way, which will ultimately result in them trusting you even more, or like your business, you know, or like your creator's business, however you want to call it. So yeah, now to the last method, guys. Method number 5, the newsletter, guys. This is simply where you send one email every 1 to 2 weeks, giving value or showing testimonials to your email list. You know, these are like, in my opinion, this is the weakest form of nurturing leads because, yeah, it's just like very unpersonalized. It's just like very dynamic, huge supply of mails because it gets sent out every single week. Whereas like the welcome sequence or like other things like the webinar are always available, like not always available, I mean, and you like kind of have a special offer behind them, you know. And yeah, it still works, but the other 4 options are way better. And these are all the methods for nurturing leads, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. And yeah, if you want even more source on copywriting, outreach and stuff, feel free to join my free school. There's a link in the bio. Also, there's a free 2-hour outreach masterclass, and they're telling you exactly how to get your very first client in the next 4 to 8 weeks if you are willing to put in the work and if you already have the service delivery side of things figured out. So there are only 176 people in there, so you are still pretty early because there will be thousands of people inside. And yeah, it's almost like a paid mentorship because I will answer your questions, I will review your looms and your outreaches in general. So yeah, hope to see you inside. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.